Hi there, peeps, and welcome back to another edition of Hope for Humanity. I would like to address this situation because this show is called Hope for Humanity after all. So I will be talking about things such as astrology and tarot and regarding hope, and also regarding the negative connotations that sometimes surround these types of topics. So first of all, I would like to say that there's some people out there who claim that astrologers and tarot readers are spreading hopium and how dare we do that, so forth and so forth. Others are saying that it is really, really against the Bible, it's against my religion, it's against this and that. And I understand all of these arguments and where they're coming from. I would like to take today to address where I am actually coming from on these topics. First of all, I'll give you a little bit of a background concerning myself with astrology and tarot. I started getting into astrology when I was very young. My mother was into it. She had astrology books from the time I was like 10, 11. Probably the first book I ever read was an astrology book. And later learned to read cards. I was never taught at the time that there was anything wrong with it, and I never saw anything wrong with it. In terms of what happened later on in my life, I used the knowledge of astrology for, some basic tools on how to get along, what to do, what not to do when it comes to certain signs. The sun signs mostly is what I went by. And that was, well, okay, I found that it did help quite a bit in terms of personality. I know it's generalized, but it did help me to learn how to make an effort to get along better with certain people and not doing things that's going to push their buttons, that kind of thing. So I did find it as a helpful tool for that. As well as when it came to astrology, like reading your astrology chart and predicting the future and things like that. I have also found that very helpful in terms of hope. There have been many times in my life where things were really, really difficult, and I turned to astrology, and if I would see a really good, astrology for that day or that week, and I would feel good. I would feel hopeful, and I would move into the day or the week a lot differently because now I had hope. As well as when it came to tarot, there was a time in my life when I was younger and really struggling for, just guidance. I went to see, because back in the day they didn't have the internet, they didn't have reading online and so forth. So you had to physically go to a place where they did readings. So I would go, and there was a point when I was going once a week to my favorite coffee shop that had readings there, and I really look forward to that event, and it made me feel good and it made me feel hopeful. Also too, I've explained this I think once before on the channel about how I got into doing readings online for YouTube, and that was because I was going through a particularly difficult time, really, really struggling in my life back I guess it was like 2016 and 2017, and it was very difficult. And I first discovered tarot readings online, and I went, wow, this is amazing. And let me tell you, there was days and there was nights that I would listen to a reader on there about my particular sign or what have you, and I swear they were telling my story. I was amazed and shocked. A lot of times we don't have people that we can talk to about what's going on in our lives, and because of that, or even if you do have people around, maybe you don't feel like talking to these people. Maybe it's a subject you've kind of exhausted with your friends and your family. They don't want to talk about it anymore. At least going online and listening to a reader that sometimes can describe your situation bang on And it makes you feel so much better. It makes you feel like somebody out there understands. And that can make, just that alone can make all the difference in the world. When it comes to predictions and so forth, things like that, I have felt so hopeful at a time when I had pretty much no hope, when I was in a situation that was going from bad to worse to worse. It was like a sinking ship. And when I would go online and read that the next week could potentially have this and that happen, I was so uplifted, and it made all the difference in the world. Now, is that hopium? Maybe, but I think that it's a good kind of hopium. If we readers bring out, because it was so helpful to me when that happened. That's when I decided to go online. When I finally got better and snapped out of a terrible place, I decided to go online and do it, because my main reason was to be able to do what happened for me for other people. And it's been over 5 years I've been online doing the readings, and people are confirming that it's helping them in so many ways. It helps them to figure things out. It helps them to have hope when sometimes they have no hope. And hope is really, really important. So for people to say it's not good to have hope because you only get disappointed, very defeatist attitude. I mean, because without hope, none of us would get up in the morning if we didn't hope that there was some good in the day that we could provide, or someone could provide help for us. We would not get out of bed any day. So hope is crucial. I believe it's really, really important to have that and to hold on to that. Now, I want to address the whole thing in terms of the negative energies. And yes, I understand there are grifters out there. There are people who look to profit off of the misery and difficulty and suffering of others. But those are few and far between, I believe. I feel that most people can sense and know when they're dealing with somebody who's authentic and who isn't. Evilness can be in any atmosphere. Like when you think about it, for people, religious people, to come and say that what we are doing is evil is a little bit ridiculous when you think about some of the worst atrocities that happen to mankind happen through churches. So let's not go there. I believe that when it comes down to it, people are people. Some people put forth negativity and evilness. Other people put forth hope and wish the best for mankind. And I do believe it's all in the intention. So when I read cards for the people with a lot of hope. Every single sign, I do not favor one sign over another. I feel that we're all in this together. We all are one, and I want everyone to prosper and everyone to have a good week or a good month or what have you. It's always the intention that I put forward. So there is nothing evil in what I do. And as far as the cards are concerned, it's a tool for me, just like my crystal or anything else that I use. These are just tools for me to help focus that I believe that I am doing spiritual work. I believe in God. I still say my prayers every night. I am definitely very, very much into, God and love and mankind and spirit and all of this, all of the goodness. I put forward so much positivity when I do my readings or even videos such as this, that I do believe it comes through for most people. Most of my viewers they get me, they understand where I'm coming from, they're very happy to, watch my videos. Some of them can't wait until I post my weekly videos. And this is why I feel that what I'm doing is good. When you're doing something that aids and helps people and helps mankind, you are doing it for good. If you're doing evil, well, evildoers, like I said, are in every profession. There's always going to be the cream of the crop. There's going to be the other people. You have to use your intuition when dealing with people like this, even on YouTube. When you're watching videos from people, use your intuition and let that be the guide, whether this is a person for you to watch or not. So I do believe myself, and there's a lot of other astrology and tarot channels out there who are doing the same thing. They are bringing hope and hopefully understanding. That is the goal of each and every one of us, to bring that hope and that understanding to all of you. So, in closing, are we selling some kind of hopium? Yes, but I do believe it is the best kind of hopium, because without hope, what do we have, people? We have to have hope. That's what gets us up every single day. And another note, when it comes to the readings not coming to pass, people need to understand we are only showing you potentialities. That's what's out there. It's up to you to move into that energy. If it's a really good reading for that week, move into that energy and try to bring about and make it happen in your life. You can't just sit at home in your room not doing anything and expecting the good readings to play out for you. It's like going to the doctor and telling them that you have a stomach ache. He gives you suggestions on what to do and you don't do anything about it. Is that a bad doctor? No, it is not. It's because you're not following the guidelines. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Love you all. Much love. Star Lourdes signing off. Bye-bye for now.